Hi everyone, this is Sean with Chiha Information Technology Services, and in this video we are going to be discussing, what else, Linux laptops. So we've got three different companies that we're going to be looking at. We've got System76, which is a Linux focused company. We've got Tuxedo Computers, which is a Linux focused company, but they do offer computers with no operating system. And then we have Framework over here, which I don't know if you can tell from looking at this little animation that they have, but their computers focus more on being modular, having components that can be swapped in and out. So, we're going to start with System76. We're going to go to their laptops. Tuxedo Computers, again, we're going to go to their notebooks. Framework, as with the business laptop, we're going to look for 16-inch. So Tuxedo Computers, we go to 15 or 16-inch. And with System76, we have this Pangolin 16-inch. However, it says notify when available, so that means it's not available right now. Other options down here are the Oryx Pro 16-inch, which is also notify when available. We've got a Gazelle 15-inch. I am not sure why they have such odd names. And then they have these right here, which are out of most people's price range. What we're going to be doing, I guess, is going here. We've already selected a 16-inch setup for each of these. Or technically, this one we selected a 14 or 16-inch. We're going to select the 16-inch setup because it comes with the actual numpad on the keyboard. The rest of these are, or at least should be, all set for what we need. This one appears to have an Intel option, or no, it has a, these are both AMD. Oh, I see. This one says Gen 9, this one says Gen 10. This one's Intel. It looks like you have plenty of options here. For purposes of getting reasonably matching performance, we're going to go with this one. And the thing about this is you go down to Configure and Order. You have to actually scroll down for that, whereas with System76, the option to configure is literally right there, as you can see. Now, for Framework, the option to configure is their primary option. Now, this right here is going to be important later. Let's just do a Ryzen AI 7 350. See right there? Batch 5 ships December. That means you're going to be waiting a while. Let's do just the expansion bay shell. Let's do two 16 gigabyte sticks of RAM and a 500 gigabyte SSD, and for the operating system you can choose Windows 10 or you can choose none, bring your own. Since we're talking about Linux systems, we're going to choose none, bring your own. For a power adapter, we're probably going to want this power adapter if we ever plan on putting on one of these. Definitely going to need one of those. Now for expansion cards, we're going to want at least one USB-C, probably two USB-As, that or two USB-Cs and one USB-A. You can flip those around any way you so choose. Personally, I'd say two USB-Cs and one USB-A. You want an HDMI or a DisplayPort or both, and maybe an audio port if you want one. We have 6 ports that we can swap in. If you need Ethernet, you can use that. But personally, I'd say just get a USB Ethernet adapter. It'll be fine. This thing's also got micro SD and full-size SD. And it's got storage cards. This one comes out to $1,908. This one right here, which is still unconfigured, I just gave you the dollar amount without telling you what we're looking at over here. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with Tuxedo OS because that's what Tuxedo PC comes with. They all come with that. And they are a company from Germany, so a lot of their stuff is going to be tailored to German specs, which is why this thing's got a EU power cord. If you're in the US, get a US power cord. From the looks of it, this is 1,000 €1,179 and 83 cents. $1,386. Now for this one, I'm going to say 32 gigabytes. Now this one costs $1,683. And keep in mind that these come with an operating system called Pop! OS. You can also get it with Ubuntu, but Pop! OS is probably the better of the two options with this particular computer. It comes with full disk encryption, so you've got that. That aside, I don't see much of any other reason to get Ubuntu. So the prices that we're looking at are $1,683 for System 76, $1,386 for Tuxedo, and for Framework we're looking at $1,908 with about a 3-month lead time and a $100 deposit. So yes, the biggest problem with Tuxedo is that obviously they're in euros. They don't give prices in US dollars. That's about the biggest problem I can see with them. Let's see if we can get any better descriptions on these. All it says is HD+. Doesn't even say 4K. This one's got 2560 by 1600. It's a little bit higher than HD. Let's look at the screen on this one here. Oh yes, one more thing. You may want bezel customization, and you may want a keyboard. They've also got input modules. These are basically spacer modules, which you can use to pad out the thing, or you can actually have a numpad put in there. That actually comes out to $1,927, a $100 deposit, and it ships in December. Again, not what you want. So between this and this, I'm not 100% certain, because this right here, it is more expensive. However, with this, you would have to be paying international shipping as well. Personally, I would go with this one, but those are just 3 of your options for how to get a more open source friendly laptop.